If you're planning a Disney vacation in 2025, you're probably making some huge mistakes right now without even realizing it. So, we'll show you how to avoid the biggest Disney pitfalls that even veteran vacationers make that waste money, time, and drain the magic from your trip. That way, your Disney vacation will be truly unforgettable. Up next. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm Don B from Eat, Sleep, Disney. And I'll be honest with you right up front. Planning the perfect Disney World vacation takes plenty of preparation. Popular hotels, dining reservations, and Lightning Lane return windows for top attractions often fill up right when they open for booking, which can often be months in advance. So if you wait to plan your trip, you may find yourself with fewer options and need to settle for less desirable hotel and dining selections. Beyond the theme parks, your travel expenses can also become pricier if booked late. Airfare and rental car prices tend to increase as your travel date approaches, which can significantly impact your overall budget. So you can avoid these problems by starting to plan your Disney World trip 6 to 12 months in advance. For many, securing dining reservations and lightning lanes at Disney World is crucial for a smooth vacation experience. But popular restaurants and attractions fill up quickly, often booking up within minutes of when the booking window opens. For most dining reservations, the booking window opens 60 days before your check-in date. They typically open up around 6 a.m. Eastern Time, but we have seen them open up earlier, and of course, there's also been times when they're delayed, which means, of course, if you're on the West Coast, you're waking up early at 3 a.m. Lightning Lane selections, which allow you to skip long lines for popular attractions, also have specific booking windows. These open up at 7 a.m. Eastern, 3 to 7 days prior to your park visit, depending on whether you're staying at a Disney World hotel. So set those alarms. Don't make the mistake of letting these booking windows pass by. Also, make sure you already have a My Disney Experience app account set up and ready to go. And if you really want that Ohana or Space 220 dining reservation, we recommend having multiple devices. We often each use the My Disney Experience app on our smartphone, and we might also have a laptop open to see if we can get any reservations using the web-based system. Also, keep in mind if you're staying at a Disney resort, you can book restaurants 60 days in advance, plus the entire length of your stay up to 10 days. Translation, if you're staying 7 nights, you can book your day 7 restaurant a full week before the general public. Secret is to book your hardest to get restaurants at the end of your trip. So while everyone is fighting for that 60-day window, you're already confirmed. In February of 2025, Disney made a huge change that will dramatically affect how you tackle the parks. They eliminated virtual queues from all attractions. That's right, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and Tiana's Bayou Adventure now use traditional standby lines for the first time. This, of course, will impact your itinerary and how you approach the day. For Guardians of the Galaxy and Tiana's Bayou Adventure, you now have 3 options. Rope drop, so be at the park about 45 minutes before the official opening. Buy a Lightning Lane pass, or wait till the end of the day, jump in line during fireworks or nighttime shows. Depending on your travel party, or if you're staying on Disney property, one of these options is probably best for you and your family. And whatever you do, do not make the mistake of skipping these attractions. Yes, the wait times for these rides will be considerably longer than other attractions even during non-peak times in Disney World, but they're well worth it. Now, instead of joining a virtual queue at 7 a.m. from your hotel room, you need to physically be at the parks early if you want to experience these attractions without massive waits, or take advantage of Disney's Lightning Lane services. And speaking of those services, if it's been a while since you've been to Disney World, you may not know this, but Fast Passes, well, those are long gone. And even the Genie Plus system, which was the newer approach, has been abandoned for the Lightning Lane system. And the system can be a bit confusing, even for Disney veterans. Now there are 3 different options. The Lightning Lane Multipass, which is the new version of Genie Plus, which lets you book multiple attractions in advance. There's a Lightning Lane Single Pass, which is for individual high-demand attractions like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Then there's the brand new Premier Pass. This is a premium option that gives you one-time access to every Lightning Lane in a park. Yes, so all the attractions that are part of the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Lightning Lane Single Pass. It's expensive though, but on peak days, it might be worth considering for some families. The biggest change? Resort guests now can book these up to 7 days in advance. This is a game changer, but only if you know how to use it. There's a lot to consider if you're thinking of purchasing Lightning Lane services. You want to consider if you really need to buy Lightning Lanes for every day of your visit, or if you only want to use the service at select parks or for select attractions. Lucky for you, you have a complete guide to Disney's Lightning Lane services back on our website that we link to in the description. Now, if you don't scour the Disney blogs and YouTube channels like us, then you may not be familiar with several of the ride and attraction closures in 2025. So depending when you visit, some of your most beloved attractions may not be open, so you need to plan accordingly. For example, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad closed earlier this year and will remain closed throughout 2025 as Disney prepares for the reimagining of Frontierland, which will see the addition of 2 new attractions themed around cars. The Hall of Presidents is also currently closed with no expected reopening date announced yet. Over at Hollywood Studios, Disney has officially announced that the Muppets Courtyard will be closing on June 8th of 2025 for construction of the brand new Monsters, Inc. land. This means both Mama Melrose and Muppets 3D will be permanently closing. Other current closures that could impact your theme park plans is the closure of It's Tough to Be a Bug at Animal Kingdom to make way for the Zootopia Better Zootgether show, which is expected to open later this year, as well as the permanent closure of Triceratops Spin, Fossil Fun Games, and Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, as Disney Parks begins construction of a new land inspired by the Central America's Pueblo Esperanza, which will feature 2 brand new attractions inspired by Encanto and Indiana Jones. However, it's not all doom and gloom, as in 2025, we'll see several new attractions and reimaginings debuting across the Walt Disney World Resort. At Hollywood Studios, The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, will be opening May 27th, replacing the closed Voyage of the Little Mermaid show with new songs and features. Also on May 27th of 2025, Disney's Villains Unfairly Ever After will be a brand new stage show, replacing Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy that closed last fall, and this new stage show will feature some of Disney's favorite villains, such as Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent. Opening this spring in Epcot is Geo 82. This adults-only lounge inside Spaceship Earth will offer cocktails with a reservation system. Test Track 3.0 will be opening later this summer. This reimagined attraction is inspired by the world of motion and will celebrate today's innovation while highlighting the past, present, and future. And later this year in winter of 2025, Zootopia Better Together will be a new show at Animal Kingdom's Tree of Life Theater, featuring Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde, replacing It's a Bug's Life 3D show, which closed earlier this year. Of course, depending on when you last visited Disney World, there are also a ton of newer attractions that came out in the last couple of years, including Tron Light Cycle Run, Moana Journey of Water, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, updates to the Country Bear musical Jamboree, updated scenes to Star Tours The Adventure Continues, featuring characters such as Ahsoka Tano, Cassian Andor, and The Mandalorian and Grogu. Disney World vacations can be expensive, but there are ways to save money if you know where to look. Disney usually runs ticket and hotel deals seasonally, and you can easily end up missing out on savings if you're not paying attention. Before you book, be sure to check Disney World's official website regularly for special offers. And if you end up booking a stay without a discount, be sure to check back. Disney can usually apply new discounts to your existing reservation if one becomes available. But the easiest way to ensure you get the best deal on your Walt Disney World trip is to work with an authorized Disney vacation planner. Now, Heidi and I are not Disney travel advisors. That's why we partner with Mouse Fan Travel. We book all our Disney trips with Mouse Fan Travel, and you can take advantage of all their great deals and promotions, usually saving you more money than booking directly with Disney by clicking on our exclusive link down in the description. You're probably planning to spend most of your time at the theme parks when visiting Disney World, so knowing the park hours is a first step to making the most of your trip. Park hours vary by day and season, so you can't always guarantee that they'll be open from early in the morning or late to the evening. For example, Magic Kingdom often closes early in the fall and early in the winter for special events. And Disney's Animal Kingdom typically has shorter hours due to the care needs of the animals that call the park home. By knowing the schedule, you can plan your days more effectively. You'll maximize ride time and avoid the disappointment of arriving at the park just to find that it's closed or closing soon. Remember that hours can change, sometimes with little notice, so it's best to double check the night before your park visit to avoid any surprises. One of the biggest benefits of staying at a Disney World Resort hotel is the ability to use Disney's free transportation system to get to and from the theme parks. But not every hotel has the same transportation options, which can have a huge impact on how convenient it is to get to the parks, water parks, and Disney Springs. Some hotels only offer bus transportation to the parks, while others have additional options like boats, monorails, the Disney Skyliner, or even walking paths to certain parks. For example, several hotels near Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios offer boat transportation, and the monorail connects several hotels to Magic Kingdom. If you're not sure where to stay, keep in mind that deluxe resorts often provide more varied transportation choices, while most value and moderate resorts rely primarily on bus service. So if convenient transportation is a priority for you, look into hotels with multiple options available to guests staying there. This can save time and reduce a lot of the overall stress during your trip. And when it comes to that Disney transportation, understanding travel time is a common mistake that even the pros make. You might think a bus or a monorail ride will get you to your destination in minutes, but then there can be unexpected delays because of traffic, crowds, severe weather, or just general maintenance issues. That's why it's best to always allow more time than you think you'll need when traveling between parks, resorts, or going to dining reservations. Even Disney knows this. That's why they recommend budgeting 2 hours for transportation, dining reservation, using their complimentary transportation services, which might be a stretch. But just remember that Disney World is a lot bigger than you think, over 47 square miles. Even walking from one attraction to another within a park can take longer than anticipated. So to be safe, factor in extra time for navigation, especially if you're unfamiliar with the layout. Of course, if you've poorly judged how much time you have to get from one place to another, consider using ride-sharing services or taxis to save time. While they do cost extra, they can provide a quicker, more direct route to your destination. There's a reason that the price tag for staying at a Disney World Resort hotel is often significantly higher than other hotels in the area. They come with some major perks that make vacationing at Disney better. Many visitors book off-site hotels to save money, then end up missing out on these benefits that would have actually saved them more in the long run. These perks include early theme park entry, allowing you to enter any of the 4 theme parks 30 minutes before they open. Extended dining reservation window. As we mentioned, you get 60 days plus the length of your stay. For some resorts, there's extended evening theme park entry, allowing you to stay 2 extra hours in select parks for those staying at Disney Deluxe Resorts and Villas. Free Disney transportation. Early booking window for Disney's Lightning Lane services. The ability to purchase a Disney dining plan, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Discounted magic bands. Staying in the Disney bubble. And a brand new perk for 2025, guests staying at a Disney World Resort hotel get a free water park admission on the day of check-in. For many, these additional benefits outweigh the additional costs associated with several Disney hotels. Not to mention the other hassles of staying off property like renting a car, driving, and paying for parking. So make sure to factor in all those costs when determining if you're actually saving money when staying off property. One of the most overlooked mistakes Disney World travelers make is thinking they always need to eat at Disney restaurants when in the parks or at the resorts. But ordering grocery delivery to your hotel before your arrival can save you hours of valuable park time and hundreds of dollars in unnecessary food expenses. Imagine starting your day without waiting in long breakfast lines or paying $15 for a quick service morning meal at your resort. Instead, pack grab and go breakfast items like granola bars, protein bars, trail mix, or pre-made sandwiches. Then you can consume these while waiting in line for attractions or during quick transitions when you get a little hungry. This maximizes your time and avoids the common pitfall of losing prime hours trying to find a place to eat. Disney allows guests to bring small snacks and bottled water into the park, policy many travelers overlook. By taking advantage of this, you can prevent unexpected hunger disruptions, avoid overpriced park food, and maintain your energy throughout the day. There are several different apps that allow you to have groceries delivered to your hotel. We typically use Instacart, but you could also use apps like DoorDash or Uber Eats. For adult travelers, there's an additional money-saving opportunity many overlook: alcohol delivery. That's right, Disney does allow guests to receive alcohol deliveries utilizing the same type of grocery delivery services. So instead of paying for those overpriced cocktails at your resort, smart travelers have their favorite beverages delivered directly to their hotel room. The days of grabbing a paper map at the entrance of Magic Kingdom and then just winging it, well, those are long gone. In 2025, going to Disney is a digital experience. Without the My Disney Experience app, you're essentially navigating Disney World blindfolded. The app is your key to unlocking almost everything in Disney World, from literally unlocking your hotel room door, to accessing park maps, to managing your Lightning Lane reservations, and more. Can't afford to skip out using the app. It is an essential planning tool that helps you plan and manage nearly every aspect of your trip. That's why if you haven't already done so, stop everything, go to your app store and download the My Disney Experience app. Don't worry, we'll wait. Along with all the other great tools, the My Disney Experience app also lets you check ride wait times, view photo pass pictures, making modified reservations, as well as mobile order food. Now, speaking of mobile ordering, this is a mistake we see countless people make, standing in long queues at quick service restaurants when they could be using mobile order. The mobile order feature in My Disney Experience app is a convenient tool that allows you to pre-order meals from most quick service locations throughout the parks and resorts. This will ensure that you spend less time waiting for food and more time enjoying the parks. In fact, you can make your mobile order selections as soon as you enter a park. But of course, we always recommend you eat at off times and not when everyone else is sitting down to eat lunch at 12 o'clock. We get it, Disney has amazing restaurants, and you want to try them all. But booking too many table service meals is a recipe for stress, exhaustion, and wasted money. While the restaurants are enticing, filling your schedule with too many sit-down meals can drain your budget and time. We recommend that you limit yourself to one table service meal per day. This allows you to experience Disney's top dining options without overspending or feeling rushed. Balance your sit-down meals with quick service options and snacks throughout the parks and resorts. They're often equally as good. Another critical mistake many Disney World travelers make is blindly assuming that a Disney dining plan will automatically save them money. Disney offers two primary dining options, the quick service dining plan and the standard dining plan, each with distinct meal allocations that can either be a strategic saving or a financial pitfall, depending on your family's eating habits. While they promise convenience, the reality is that Disney dining plans may actually cost more than paying out of pocket for your meals. So consider your family's unique eating habits. Do you typically share meals? Do you prefer quick snacks? Do you enjoy leisurely sit-down dinners? The dining plan's value fluctuates dramatically based on these factors. Don't end up like some who force themselves to eat more just to get their money's worth. The key is personalization. What works for one family may be a financial misstep for another. Take the time, do the math, compare actual meal costs, and understand your family's dining style before committing to a Disney dining plan. We get it, there's so much to see and do in the parks and resorts that it can be easy to want to do it all and pack your schedule with activities every second of every day. However, overscheduling yourself can lead to burnout and frustration. That's not something anyone wants to experience on vacation. Be realistic about your energy levels when tackling a full day in the parks and leave some room for rest and spontaneity. Instead of trying to do everything, sit down with your family before your trip and make a list of the things that everyone really wants to do. Then plan your days to prioritize those activities. Any additional rides you get in are just an extra bonus. When you think of Central Florida, you think it's always sunny and warm, but the weather can actually be unpredictable and severe during certain times of the year. So if you've done your packing with cloud-free sunny days in mind, you may find that you're poorly prepared. Sudden rainstorms are common, especially in the summer, and the winter months can be colder than you expect. Ponchos, rain jackets, and sweaters, or better yet, those spirit jerseys, are usually enough to combat any of the weather, but you need to know the weather to be ready for it. We recommend checking the weather about a week before your trip, before you pack, and then right before you leave. This will ensure there are no surprises when you arrive. And if severe weather is expected, be sure to have a plan for what you'll do if it rains while you're in the park. Some rides may close during storms, so build some flexibility into your plans. Bringing a reusable water bottle to Disney World for every member of your family can save you time and money. Bottled water sold in the parks can be expensive, costing somewhere between $4 or $5 per bottle or more. Packing your own avoids spending precious money on something as simple as water. Plus, Disney makes it easy to refill your bottle throughout the day. Many people don't realize that Disney World offers free water refill stations throughout the parks, which makes it even more convenient and easy to stay hydrated. They're typically located near restrooms and quick service dining areas. You can find the full list of locations in the My Disney Experience app. And most quick service restaurants do provide free cups of ice water, especially when it's extremely hot in the summer. Choosing the right footwear for your Disney day is crucial. Don't make the mistake of prioritizing style over comfort. If you do, you'll be in for sore feet, blisters, and a much less enjoyable vacation. Another one of the biggest Disney World mistakes we see when it comes to shoes in the parks is wearing brand new shoes. That's a recipe for disaster. Be sure to break in the shoes you plan to wear and opt for well-cushioned, supportive shoes that can handle a lot of walking. Remember, you'll likely be covering 10 plus miles in a single day at Disney World, so comfort is key. There's nothing worse than realizing that you have severe sunburn at the end of the day when you stepped into the shower. So pack your sunscreen and be sure to apply it multiple times throughout the day. Florida's sun can be intense year-round, not just during the summer months. In fact, even on cloudy days, UV rays damage your skin. We recommend that you choose a broad-spectrum sunscreen with at least SPF 30 for adequate protection. Apply sunscreen before leaving your hotel room each morning, and set reminders on your phone to reapply every few hours, especially after swimming. If you're traveling with little ones, you can't afford to overlook Disney's Rider Switch service. The complimentary service allows families with young children to enjoy attractions together, even if some members can't or don't want to ride. Here's how it works. One adult waits with the non-riding children, while others experience the attraction. Afterward, the waiting adult can ride without having to wait in line again. The service is available at select attractions across all 4 Disney World theme parks. To use it, simply approach a cast member at the ride entrance with your entire party. Using Disney's Rider Switch services is just one of the insider tips and tricks that many first-time visitors to Disney World don't know about. But there are plenty more that will save you time, money, and make your first trip to Disney World memorable. And we put them all together for you in a video right here on YouTube. In that video, we let you in on the insider secrets that only the Disney pros know. That way, you'll be one step ahead of everyone else in the parks, and your next Disney vacation will truly be unforgettable.